What is your personal perspective on local hunger, and how do you feel emotionally when you hear about it?
It's interesting when you think about hunger because oftentimes you hear about other countries where they have a bowl of rice. One of the things when you start looking at hunger or you start looking at poverty, poverty is very relative. And so what poverty looks like in Howard Suamico is very different than what it looks like in even Green Bay or let's say New York City or in Africa. With that being said, hunger in Howard Suamico, people are having to make decisions, and it's hard in this economy. It's hard with the job losses that people have had because families are needing to decide, do I pay the mortgage? Do I pay the rent? Do I pay my electric bill? Do I pay my car insurance? Do I get my car fixed? Or do I go to the grocery store and I buy food for the family? So that's where we have really come into play for a lot of these families, is it's taken a little weight off their shoulders with not feeling the stress of all these bills that are piling up. Hunger in Howard Suamico is not necessarily families going without. It's families making oftentimes poor food choices as well. It is very expensive to eat healthy. And when you start looking at the prices of foods and foods that are possibly boxed, prepackaged, to get a bag of ramen or a thing of hamburger helper is pretty cheap, but you look at all the ingredients that are in it that are not healthy for families, and they're not getting the fresh produce. They're not necessarily getting the fresh, meats that are needed. And so that's one thing that the Giving Tree has tried to help with, is we offer as well a voucher for them to go to Piggly Wiggly every month. And they can get a gallon of milk, they can get eggs, they can get some meat, they can get some fresh produce, they can get butter. I'm trying to think, I think that's everything on the list. And it adds up to just about $15, but we really depend on donations, monetary donations, to help make that happen, because we know that is very hard for families.
Good.